and they leveled up to become the dominant force in there. They've been able to get key players and try to move from dominating and bossing the league on to win the Champions League. Clearly, for me, if you ask me where they've missed it is you can't bring in stellar firepower on the pitch in terms of quality signings, and then you bring in a big part manager to come and manage these talents. Yes.
Enrique.
Yes.
Enrique.
Yes.
Enrique.
Yes.
Maybe,
1,000 times yes.
Maybe.
I will tell you, go back and look at his coaching records.
Maybe
man has not been able to work with star players.
Maybe he felt like talking about a big part player in Pochettino when he was there.
Same with Pochettino too.
I will agree with Pochettino's side,
with the man
but
before Pochettino.
not with Enrique, please. Not with Enrique.
Enrique,
because, look at it now. Even at some point, there was Tuchel there. He didn't even win the Champions League. Pochettino took Tottenham to the Champions League final and made a statement that made me, as in me now, I no go respect him again for this life. As in, you don't lose my respect after that statement. But though it's his own truth. He said his own, because that's what you want to say now. He said his own truth. He said his own mind. It's his own truth. But I would not respect him for him because he lacked the mentality of champions. Nobody will reach a final and tell you that's the last thing I can offer. You need to go to another Champions League final. You need to go to another finals. So Pochettino, Tuchel, Luis Enrique, and some other coaches they've brought in the side. These coaches are good coaches.
But none of these guys have.
I don't know if I will go to disagree with you because he managed to start with Neymar.
But he doesn't know how to bring out the best in them. Call it as it is.
When PSG have brought Enrique to help them probably try and win the Champions League, but it's going to be a big tax for them because now they don't have Mbappe, neither they don't have Neymar, and they don't have Messi. So there's going to be winning with the likes of Asensio.
It's going to take them maybe 7 or 8 years for them to rebuild and then push for the Champions League. That's what you see. I think what PSG did is you have a lot of money, you sign quality players, and then you feel you can bring in somebody who's won it once somewhere else in a different climate to do the job for you. It's not going to go that well. You need to get in somebody who is going to build this team, build a team, and then push for it. That's what Arteta is doing at Arsenal.
That's what
look at what
as well.
Look at what Xabi Alonso is doing in Leverkusen. You have to build because if you look at the way PSG has bought over the last decade, they bought big stars and it hasn't worked because everybody comes with their diva mentality. Look at what Ancelotti is speaking about Mbappe in Real Madrid. That when they signed Mbappe coming into Real Madrid, they were expecting some of these diva traits that the Gareth Bale and co had at Real Madrid. Baba came in, put his head down and got to work. You need to get players who are star players but are fundamentally addicted to the job. And rather than players like, for example, look at this man now over in Saudi Arabia talking about Neymar, thinking about throwing in the towel on his career. Baba hasn't even scratched the surface of his potential, and you need to have the right structure. It's not just about bringing in star players.
If he drops it now, it's not his fault. He's gone through injury cases. He's gone through injuries that...
I disagree.
He's gone through life-threatening injuries. And life-threatening surgery. Come on, you have to just call it what it is. I think at some point, Cazorla kind of threw in the towel and stayed off the game for like 3 years. Then he came back from there, though that's Spanish. He came back from there and he's playing strong now. If he throws in the towel, there's maybe a chance that he might come back in the next couple of years. You're not talking about Neymar now, but I'm talking about PSG. This man has come in. He's built a team in 3 years so far. And this is his 3rd year. And he's looking at, okay, fine, if I can get to the Champions League final this year, then maybe next year I might win it.
Okay, let's see what PSG is going to be doing. They won that game one goal. They scored that one goal. It was an own goal.
It was an own goal by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, 90 minutes. And they won that game. Okay, let's talk about the finalists last year. Borussia Dortmund, they are winning their game against Club Brugge by 3-0. Are you expecting them to go far again? You know, people might say that last year was like a lock.
It wasn't luck.
I disagree. It wasn't luck.
Most people would feel like it was luck. I understand that football, you earn your right to play the finals. That is the truth. But generally, everyone will look at it.
If you ever see a Champions League finals, man, you earned it. You can't sleepwalk into a Champions League finals. And Real Madrid have been doing it even though.
So that if you look at Borussia Dortmund, the way they played that game, they are winning that game. But are you seeing them to reach this final this season?
Well, reaching the final this year, I'm not sure about that because this is a side that after the coach and Fabian left the job, I think it was open for his time and they brought in this guy now. He's going to be there for a long time, but he needs to build because it's not just going to be, I want to win the Champions League in European competition and we'll go again. And after that, he finished I think, ninth on the table, and they had to let him go of his job and brought in Julian Lopetegui. So I think for him now, the mentality should not be, I want to go to the Champions League finals. No, that dominates the Bundesliga first, then dominates Europe. That's the first thing. You dominate your league, then dominate Europe after.
Okay, let's see what. I don't think they're even going to win the Bundesliga because Bayern Munich and Leverkusen are actually doing well.
You know, one of the reasons that is because at key moments when Dortmund should have been a domineering force in the Bundesliga, they've lost a lot of key players to Bayern. Yes. Bayern keeps feeding off these younger teams to ensure that no team is able to catch up with them.
The year of Lewandowski. Okay. Scoring four Champions League goals again. I think the next person now is Harry Kane. We'll call him Harry 4K.
Let's see what if Borussia Dortmund is going to make the final of the Champions League. Again, this season is just the first game, so we're going to be looking at what is going to be happening throughout the rest of the games. Okay, let's move on to today's fixtures. Today's fixture, we have a whole lot of games. Arsenal is playing today, so they are playing away. Atlanta versus Arsenal. Feyenoord versus Bayer Leverkusen. Sevilla Vesda versus Benfica. Atletico Madrid versus Leipzig. And Brest versus Sturm Graz, and Monaco versus Barcelona. Okay, let's start with Arsenal game. Arsenal is playing away to Atlanta. You know, this Champions League, no home and away. You just the computer just selects where you are going to be playing. Yeah. So Arsenal is going to Atlanta, and they are going to play against Lukman's side that reached the Europa League. Okay, they won the Europa League final last season. What are you expecting for Arsenal? Because this is their third year they are playing the Champions League. Are you expecting them to reach the final or go far in this competition, John?
I expect them to exit the group stages and make it into the knockout stages. Now, depending on their title aspirations, they are going to have to want to do that through the easiest route, finishing in top 8, rather than playing extra games, because those extra games put pressure on the hunt for the Premier League. I think at the end of the day, Arteta has to decide that he wants to win silverware this year. If it's going to be the Premier League or the Champions League or the FA Cup, he needs to decide and then make that his priority.
Okay, no. So if you look at Arsenal, Atlanta is playing well. Lukman is on fire. I know Nigerians will probably support. Nigerians will support because Lukman is there and Lukman is their superstar now. He went to live at in the summer.
We want him to win Ballon d'Or and African Player of the Year.
Probably in a couple years.
No, this year is our year to shine. At least, not be to invite us for occasion, more no carry their award come house.
So what are you expecting?
See, the first game, I don't really, like I said the other day, I don't really give the performance on the first day doesn't really tell the whole story. You understand? So for me now, it be like say Arsenal go wait for this one to make Lukman just write a statement for history book, score 2 goals, or perhaps be the first Nigerian to score a hat-trick in the Champions League night. And I think it's going to be good for him because he's been there, he's done that. He's been in the Champions League. I think he played for Leicester City, played for every other. So he knows how the Premier League operates. He knows how the teams in the Premier League operates. He knows how the teams in Germany operates. He knows how the team in Italy operates. So with all this knowledge, I think he's going to be the man to look out for. And Saliba and Gabriel should be wary of that. But if they will continue to play a left back of Timber going forward and not tracking back, then they'll have a problem in that side. So Arsenal should be cautious of the opposition's attack and also be wary of their midfielders because they've got crazy midfielders that can go on and scare you. They can cause a scare in that game. So I'm looking at the Atlanta side with like a caution, an eye of caution.
Okay, John, if you look at Arsenal, so they have a whole lot of injuries, especially in that midfield. Rice is back after his suspension. Obviously, he's going to play in the Champions League.
For the Premier League.
You know, the decline club suffered would have been greater if Salah had left that window when Saudi came for him.
Mane left.
When Mane left and a couple of other guys left. If Salah had gone, they would have struggled to finish where they finished.
Then they talk say they finished 15th. They've not even reached maybe 4th on the table. They've not reached top 4.
I don't even know how Pep used to do it. Pep somehow find a way to motivate himself to keep winning.
When you have,
I don't even understand how he does that.
When you have squad depth, you know you can look at anybody on the bench and bring them into the game and they will change the game for you. Like every player has a certain instruction to play with. On the training ground, every player has a certain style. Every player has his own style of play, something different from the last person playing the side. You can see that when there's no Kevin De Bruyne, when there's no Gundogan, there's somebody in the bench that brings something different. You know that this is a side that wants to win trophies. Not that everybody is playing the same thing. Everybody is playing Guadangwa football. You have workhorses, like 7 of them on your side. No creativity.
Okay, let's move on to that. Yeah, okay, let's move on to the next game. It's Monaco versus Barcelona. That game is Hansi Flick is building. He's playing lovely football. They are scoring goal. Yamal is the star man. Lewandowski is on form. Everybody is playing well. Now they are playing away to Monaco. Barcelona. Do you think that Hansi Flick can do magic with this Barcelona in the Champions League this season?
I think Barcelona are on the precipice. That's my clear, candid opinion. Because
this is your English. Break it down for us. Break it down for us.
Okay, calm down. Okay. I say they are on the precipice because they are one injury away from having a terrible season.
I know they fear Barca for injury case. Last season, Gavi and Pedri was injured, and we didn't feel it. I've seen this Barca side as a side that no matter who gets injured, when you look at the youth setup, when you look at the La Masia, there's somebody there. That's what I'm always saying. I'm always telling big coaches, at some point, introduce a big name. At some point, introduce one young talent that nobody knows about. And he will show you that he's there to dominate.
Anything happens to Lewandowski up front. And
there's a Paul Victor, in case you've not heard that name before.
I've heard the name, and I'm telling you, as it is, anything happening to Lewandowski, it's going to affect the team.
Paul Victor is there. He will take over his place, and he will do well.
How many games has he played this season, man?
Because Lewandowski is fit now, so it's just like Andagula playing when they. Okay, now there's a Modric in midfield. There's a Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe. Why does Andagula want to start? No, he can't start. Where does Endrick want to start in that front?
But they've been coming into games and they've been playing games.
The same thing with Paul Victor. He's been coming into game as a substitute, and he's been playing games. Now we heard rumors that Dani Olmo is injured. But look at the next game now. This game, if you see the game and you see that they miss Dani Olmo, because for the first 3 games in the La Liga he came in as a sub and scored some couple of goals. If you see him missing, if you see that space missing in this game, no, they'll have a problem. But if you don't see that space missing in this game, no, there's no problem for Barcelona, because I've always felt it and I've always said it. Barcelona have an hunch for promoting young players, and they all end up doing well. You see them hype those players to the
Where's Ansu Fati?
Come on,
Ansu Fati is injured.
He's injured.
But he's coming back. Even Gavi is coming back too. Both of them have resumed training.
The hype was real. Baba couldn't land a spot in the team. He's still the same young talent we are touting them for. And at the end of the day, you still see other talented talents leave. We saw Victor Roque leave too.
Mm-hmm. So and he's scoring goals for
that's it too.
Fabregas did a podcast recently, and he said when Barca has the financial issues, they somehow bring up youth players, and they do well. That's how they moved in Iniesta. Then when they couldn't buy much players,
they couldn't pay fees.
Now they are doing the same thing now, because they are forced. This financial issue they have, they cannot buy players, big players. They just bought only one. Almost, and it took them 3 weeks for them to register him. Now they are promoting a whole lot of players, and Hansi Flick is actually doing magic with them. Okay, let's see what Barcelona is going to be doing this season. Yamal is the star man. That boy has been producing either a goal or assist whenever he plays football. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Where you go there, like our comments, drop your comments. I'll be reading your comment live here in the studio. So we have some comments here on our YouTube channel. Remember, you can also call the number 0706 048 5853 for you to join the conversation with us here in the studio. Okay, on our YouTube channel, remember guys, at Volt FM Sports. Emmanuel Okitibi saying, only today I wish Lookman to have a very bad game. He can shine after today. Emmanuel is an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal fan. He will shine today. Ballon d'Or is coming home.
Come on.
Ballon d'Or is coming home. Not even one tell me.
You're out of touch with reality.
Not even one tell me. It's coming up. Not just Ballon d'Or, the AFCON Men's Player of the Year. So from this game, we start to count. Now from this game, we start to count. Serie A Player of the Season, Champions League Player of the Year, Ballon d'Or is coming home this year.
Ballon d'Or. Calm down.
I get hope.
Okay, Ude Chidozie is saying, at Emmanuel, because you are an Arsenal fan, una go lose today. Okay, let's see what is going to happen today. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and you can also call us on 0706 048 5853. Tell us what you think about today's game, and even yesterday's game. Give us your own contribution. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. From Gaike, what is your contribution?
Farmer.
Okay.
You changed your name now.
Look fine, go carry the jersey. They will win Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying the jersey man, but my brother did here now. This is my brother. They will win the Arsenal 2-0.
Oh, okay.
Carry and come.
All
So
right.
I want to know Chelsea match. Is it
Chelsea don't have a
Sunday
game
or
until Saturday. Chelsea games is on Saturday against Crystal Palace.
By 3.
Yes.
It's West Ham now.
Sorry, West Ham on Saturday.
On Saturday
Against West Ham.
it's the first game of the on
On
the weekend.
Saturday,
Yes.
12 p.m.
I don't say West Ham man did there. I don't say he yet to talk.
I always represent. Don't matter where this season for you.
Okay, sir. Because that's not about the zero. Make a member.
We go massacre Maresca.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. 0706 048 5853. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Atletico Madrid versus. Okay. Let's take this call before we continue. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Obinako Santos.
Okay, from Enugu. What is your contribution?
For just like what we are saying about Arsenal. Arsenal is more like Liverpool for now. You see, formerly Arsenal, when Arsene Wenger was there, they don't normally buy the players. But with Arteta now, they are buying good players. They bought someone like Rice for almost 100 and something million pounds.
Yes.
You can see that they have finished building their stadium. They are now getting money. They are financially stable this time. They can buy players. Unlike when Liverpool club was there, the Liverpool owners are not supporting them, and that is why club was fed up and he just up to go. Because think about Man City, they have the money, they can finance their players, they can beef up their players, fortify their team with good players. Any player that Pep Guardiola wants, they can buy for him. Not like Liverpool, where he requests a player, they cannot buy for him. The owner don't have money. They can't. Look at this season. They need defenders. They need they couldn't buy player. They couldn't spend. They only buy one player. So how do you think the manager can succeed? So Arsenal, I don't think they can bow down. Whatever they can bow down, they will still pursue Man City until they get what they want.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
All right.
They cannot this year sister says diminishing return. I don't believe it is diminishing return for Arsenal. Have a nice time.
Please, his name is John. Is a guy.
John, take time, bro.
All right, thank you very much. Okay.
Well, he's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
He's Santos, Liverpool fan.
He's a Liverpool fan.
Yes. He states it on the show every time.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, gentlemen and gentlemen in the studio. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Sonia Vitaris, which is the Stafford Bridge.
Okay.
AKA.
Okay. Continue.
Yes. Permit me to comment on Man City.
Okay. Man City game. Okay.
Man City game. I don't know what happened to them yesterday. They can even score one goal, just one goal only. Just come on, one goal. Man City cannot score. And the what the best me that they tear my ticket. That's the best me most.
Please, you don't. You don't actually encourage betting on this show. So please continue.
Sorry, my dear. Sorry, my dear. Don't be offended.
Okay.
You watch this Inter Milan. They match them 1-1. No space. No breathing of space at all. Even as Inter Milan no get €1 card for that match. Okay, no wahala. Chelsea for I think Saturday we get match.
Yes,
I guess
Saturday. On Saturday we'll talk about that on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Right. Thank you very much. Okay, 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your contribution. Okay, let's take this call before we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Lawrence. I'm calling from Abani Road.
Okay, Lawrence, what is your contribution, Lawrence?
My contribution is about yesterday's match.
Okay.
I was watching Man City versus Inter Milan. That was my area of concentration.
Yes.
And Man City was very lucky that they didn't lose that match yesterday.
Yes.
They were
Exactly.
toothless up front. In fact, I was even wondering whether they are playing another club with blue jersey. In fact, Inter Milan had the most chances created, clear-cut chances. The one Damian missed, the one Lautaro Martinez missed. The only chance Man City had was Gundogan header that went on target throughout the match. Haaland was ghosting. The supply, Haaland was like a robot in that match. He was ghosting throughout the match. The person with the fewest touches in that match. In fact, I was even shocked because Man City would have lost that match yesterday. I don't know what happened at midfield. Barella took over the midfield yesterday. They even have Rodri at De Bruyne, but nothing happened. I'm trying to direct this topic to John that was overhyping Haaland. Yesterday, Haaland was, I don't know whether it's striker 8.5 or 6.0. It was nowhere to be found yesterday.
Sometimes players have off days when they play something.
Yeah, that's what I pity for Arsenal on Sunday. Let's see how it goes because they will transfer the aggression on Arsenal. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, okay, guys, let's talk about. Let's go back to RB Leipzig. If you look at that game, Atletico bought for again this season. They bought spent £95 million euros for Alvarez. Now he scored his first goal last weekend. What are you expecting? Do you think that they can move to maybe finals? Because if you look at Atletico in the past 10 years, they have reached Champions League, I think 3 times. So.
Them and Juventus are supposed to give Champions League award after 5 years.
They don't try. They don't try.
Okay, but if you look at that game, do you think that they can win that game?
They should be winning the game.
I don't know for that because Leipzig is not also a pushover side. They've always come to the Champions League. They always play the Europa competitions. They've always tried to meet the knockout stages, but they've not always won it. That's just a problem. They've not always met or perhaps qualified to the knockout stages, and it's a problem for me. But I think going forward, they will be trying to fight to meet the requirement of entering knockout stages, and they have to start from the first game to write a statement. But Atletico Madrid for me is a side that are building. Now they won the league twice, went to Champions League finals about 4 times or 3 times in 5 years, and didn't get their hands on any. And there was something Diego Simeone said. He said, if not for players like Cristiano Ronaldo, I would have won my first Champions League with Atletico Madrid. And I think that's true in all fact because of the hat-trick Ronaldo scored some time ago. So you look at the way they play now and you say, okay, fine, they want to quit the defensive counter-attack style of play and perhaps go into all-attack style of play, which they had credible midfielders for it. They have a Gallagher who can come back, box-to-box midfielders in Gallagher and maybe some other players. And you have 2 players up front that could score you goals. One could drop into midfield, create chance, while the other one could just score you tap-ins. It's easy for him to score that way. We're talking about Salot and Alvarez. So I think it's a good one up front, good combination up front, but they should know how to manage the spaces they have in midfield because that's where Leipzig could come and hurt them.
What do you think about that game, John?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close encounter because Leipzig are no pushovers. But I see Atletico Madrid edging it out. They should, it's one thing when you spend money, but the fringe benefit of spending money is when you get to enjoy the benefits.
The results.
Yeah, the results. So if you spend over £150 million, you should be able to sit back and at least win some of these games without sweating over it. So I'm expecting Atletico to come out with a win.
Say you overspend for one player, I don't mean say me I don't get some better player.
You call it overspend, but it is
I'm just saying,
it is.
I'm not talking about spending. I'm just saying this. Even if you buy these players in from other clubs, they still need time to gel with the team. This is match day 5 total.
Well, we've seen them over the last 3 games in the La Liga score goals for fun. We've seen them win games that sometimes, let me say, a couple of years ago they would have either drawn or lost. We've seen these guys come good. So why would that be different in the Champions League?
I'm just saying Leipzig is no good pushover as well, and they have credible players.
They have credible players, but they've also lost a couple of key players too. So let's call it as it is.
Okay, let's see what is going to happen in that game. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We have one more comment here. Josh Rush is saying, I knew the Man City and Inter will be a draw game. Inter played a very good game yesterday. Okay, the Inter actually played. Everybody was expecting, the way Manchester City started this season, everybody was expecting that they're going to walk over Inter, but somehow that game ended as a draw. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Okay, engineer, you're welcome. What is your contribution? Hello. Okay, I think
network, please call back 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's get your prediction for today's game. Arsenal versus Atlanta. Come on, guys, come on. Give me your prediction.
I will talk about my own is coming from.
I'm
not hedging my bet. It's coming from a place of bias. You should know. It's at Atlanta 2-1. Ademola Lookman 2 goals or 1 goal and 1 assist. Arsenal can just manage that one because of Nwaneri. Because the only thing is unless Nwaneri starts, Arsenal will not win that game. He's a Nigerian, though he doesn't want to agree. He's a Nigerian, but unless he starts, Arsenal is not winning that game. So it's 2-1 for Atlanta.
Okay, John.
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Okay. Monaco versus Barcelona.
Barca is going to win this game, probably 3-1 or 3-0 or 4-1.
John?
No matter how you count all the score line where you go count finish, Monaco gets result for this game, so it's a 1-1 draw.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Sorry, your network is breaking.
So I have to call. Hello. Okay, please call us back. The network is bad, probably from your own end. 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay. Okay, let's move on from the Champions League. The Champions League is happening today from 7:45 to 8 p.m. You have a whole lot of games. All the games are happening today. So sit down and enjoy. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Enugu. Okay, what is your contribution?
I just want to talk to John.
You want to do what to John? Okay, okay.
To John. Please talk, my brother.
John, what happened yesterday?
You know what
happened to Manchester City yesterday?
Let me John the play, and I must play.
Because you overhyped Manchester City and underlaid other players.
How is that overhyped?
Why John is always talk down on other teams.
When it comes to
talk about Manchester City. So what happened to Manchester City?
Inter Milan parked the bus.
Huh?
Inter parked the bus.
Inter did not park the bus.
Yeah?
Or is it Manchester City is very, very poor yesterday? Very, very poor. They don't even know what to do.
For the trend they've had over the couple of games, they allowed that.
They allow what?
They are allowed to have a poor game yesterday for the trend they've been on over the last couple of games.
Yo, leave this in.
Forget that.
How many wins have you had this season, please? How many wins have you had this season?
2.
How many what?
How many wins now?
Forget about you. I'm talking about the Man City. They played yesterday. That is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about how many wins.
Okay. I'll answer you when you get the number of wins we've had.
You need to repent. Repent. Repent.
Don't worry, I'll repent.
Let me tell you something that you don't know.
Go ahead.
Manchester City will not win in Premier League.
We 5 in a row, guaranteed. 5 in a row, guaranteed.
Mark today's date. Manchester City will not win Premier League and Champions League. Mark today's date. I will become a defeat.
Don't worry now. Don't worry. If we don't win it, I'll buy a Man U jersey.
Yeah?
If we don't win it, I'll buy a Man U jersey and I'll wear it on the show.
No. What do they call it? The anchorman there, please, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, yes. All right. I'll take note of that. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to Carabao Cup because it happened yesterday game. I'll give you the results of yesterday's game. Is Brighton versus Wolves. Brighton winning that game 3-2. Coventry 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Okay, let's talk about the Spurs game because Spurs was losing that game and somehow they found a way to win that game. They scored at 8 minutes and the 90 plus minutes.
What do you make of that?
The coach said that he he wins stuff in the second season. I'm going to keep talking about this thing he's saying, because when I was seeing this game, I was following this game, and he was losing. I was thinking, if he loses this game now, World Cup don't go.
We don't minus one cup.
Don't minus one
You're
cup.
going to remain 3.
He gave you a perfect answer. There was an interview he did. He said that he told the truth. He always wins things in his second season.
Maybe other
And
places
that's
he
true. He
doesn't
said
know.
that if he doesn't win it this season, he has always had a record of winning things in his third season. So
In his
if
second.
this, you didn't watch that interview, I did. He said if he doesn't win any trophy this season, he knows that 70% of the times he wins things in his third season. So Baba has given you your answer. If they don't win anything this year, expect something.
Next
But
year.
the bottom line is expect trophy.
Expect trophy. So this year or next year.
Yes, and his track record shows it. So maybe he
See,
will keep it.
In the interview, he said, I spoke the truth and everybody was criticizing me for the truth. I don't know why that is in England. I don't know why that is here and the media here. And he said, if you look at my track record, I always win stuff. But if the league here is different, I don't know. That he doesn't know if the Premier League would serve him something different. But it's yet to be seen that he's going to win stuff in this year in the Premier League. We are just yet to see it. But if he had lost this game, it would have been 1 trophy off the mark, and
Because-
it would remain FA Cup, which you know is nearly impossible.
Yes, because
Premier League is no-go area. Then the Conference League,
okay, they might he might
sorry,
win the
Europa
trophy.
League, which
He might win that too. So let's
for
see.
Europa,
He might.
let's see how it goes then.
He might. Okay, they won that game 2 goals to 1. The other game that happened is Brighton versus Wolves. Brighton winning that game 3 goals to 2. John.
Yeah, Brighton are a good side. They've been building consistently, and in that win yesterday, I think they are due for some silverware. I don't know, maybe any other person here will share some sentiments on this matter, but Brighton are due for some silverware. Maybe the Carabao Cup this year.
It's not maybe he shares something because now wait, now they talk sense. When they hype this coach, now they tell me say he's a young man, you don't expect him. Man, he's 31-year-old or 32-year-old and he's coaching Fabian. And he's done a good job. When he came into the job, the first 3 games, I already started singing in praises. And you now you go to say you share different
I said
sentiments
it's too early
that
to
you
call
are
it simple.
now you're beginning
Simple.
you're beginning to say the early now.
But I'm talking
now you're
about
saying
the club, not the manager.
because you want to use your
I said
speech now.
Brighton
Wait
are
now.
due for a silverware.
You want to now use your
if
speech
it's
now.
going to be possible this
you want
season.
you want to do
Simple.
you want to do mental blackmail in this case.
It's not about mental
because
blackmail. I'm calling
I
it
have
as it is.
I've seen this coach play. I've seen him play in the preseason. I've seen him play in the league's games. I've seen him play the first 2 games of, and I looked at the way he plays. I looked at the way he set up his team, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'm singing him praises. He and Slot, even though I was the first person to criticize and Slot on all social media platform, but I'm now seeing the way they play, and I'm like, okay, fine. This person is good. He plays like this. He plays like this. He's good. He can salvage something or something like that. But you on this show came and criticized me that say it's too early to call, and now you're seeing
And it is
and
too
now we are
early
seeing it.
to
We are
call.
seeing it as a
But
trend.
I'm just saying, as a club, I want Brighton to win something this season, if possible.
If the coach they do good job, I go take one
It's
step
not
to
about
win.
the club because I've watched Brighton under Potter, I've watched Brighton under De Zerbi. So come on, man. What are you talking about?
Under Potter,
Brian
was a
and
good
Brad
tiki-taka side.
Whistler is inheriting a very good side from these 2 men. So let's not come in here and act as if he's reinvented the wheel, for crying out loud.
Okay, John. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you call us the 3 wise men. Okay, we are the 3 wise men. Thank you very much. Wait,
Wow.
welcome
Welcome.
to the show. What is your name and location? Okay.
No, Alan, I think we'll come now to bring that ticket. You get one Manchester fans who call say Man City no win the Premier League or Champions League. I put it to say Man United 8 or 4. This is the way that they play so. That means Man United are better than Man City. Man City will win the Premier League again. Unbeat himself.
Oh.
Now you are talking.
So let me ask you again, no verse, which club do you support?
Now City legend, now mega boss.
You be City legend.
Normally.
Yes,
Una sentiment no be here, bros.
no Allah.
Una sentiment maybe here. The way Man City fans, I don't know, because of Pep, the way when I take hype on ourselves, when I take sing on ourselves
It
crazy.
is what it is, man. You
It is
call
fear.
it four in a row. call it if you've done it.
Let me be frank. It's just the same way they are talking now. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. The face with the Man City fans are talking that is the same way Manchester United are talking 10 years ago.
Same Chelsea
no,
too. Same way Chelsea too.
Understand? Man United fans were not like all 10 in a row, 5 in a row, something.
See,
They were always like,
see, don't say
Man United
that.
fans were like,
Man United
see,
fans were treble. They were hyping treble.
I grew
Then
up. They were
were
hyping
hyping
treble. I grew up around Man United fans, and I'm going to say this: they always felt like it was their right. This is one thing about Man United fans, and I am still here. I've always called them on that. It's their right. Like it's supposed to be their birthright to win trophy.
Yes.
You get the waiting Man United fans. They feel like even if they don't win Premier League,
It's the way Man City fans are.
but
feeling
no, you don't understand.
We proved it. We have the result to show.
Man City fan base is rubbing it on your face. Man United fans is like, see, it's our birthright.
John, sorry.
Wait,
also,
during Man United,
I grew up where we had majority of Arsenal, Chelsea and Man U fans.
Thank you.
These two teams, they are proud.
See,
We've
the pride,
earned the right.
the
We've
pride,
earned
the pride
the
na
right
from
to be
within.
proud right now.
The pride na from within, no be to rub am for your face.
See, leave
Man
that
United fans go
thing.
tell you say we
Chelsea
dey win
fans
trophy.
are the most vocal sets of fans in football. Manchester United fans are the most entitled fans in football. And for once, both of them are getting their full share of the medicine. And they should enjoy the medicine on a low.
If they go around one day, go reach Arsenal turn to shine. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's move away from the Carabao Cup. The La Liga was played yesterday, and Real Betis won that game 2-1 against Getafe. Guys, Real Betis winning that game 2-1. What do you make of that?
Well, it was a good game so far because you look at the way they set up to play. It's an attacking side. They've always tried to manage the line, but considering that goal was very, very I have to say it was very, very careless in the very last minute of the game. I think they let their heads down and they considered that goal, and it was there. I think if there was extra time in that game, if there was more time in that game, they would have gotten a comeback. Getafe would have gotten a comeback, but I think they shouldn't have let their heads down after going 2 goals up.
Okay, today's game in the La Liga is Leganes versus Atletico Bilbao. What do you make of that, John?
All I have to say is Nico Williams.
There are 2 brothers playing there.
Yes, I know.
Nico and Inaki.
Yes.
Williams, yes.
I think in the last interview Nico made, he said he repeated the same thing Inaki made about 4 years ago. He said our mother had to cross the desert just to get us from Ghana to this place, and it's a delight.
The same thing company said yesterday.
The same thing company said. It's like these people now are remembering their roots. And they are singing praises. They're all singing praises to that. But I believe in this game now, it's going to tell that these 2 brothers, if Inaki is fully fit, because he suffered serious injuries in recent days, if Inaki is fully fit to lead the side, because he's one of the, I think, club captains. So if he's fully fit to lead the side, it will be like I am leading this side, and my younger brother is also a young prospect. So we are like the 2 songs or these 2 heroes leading a Spanish side into war, and we're getting the result. And I think they will be getting the result in this game.
Okay, let's talk about a bit small transfer, because yesterday I mentioned Rabiot moving to Marseille.
Yeah.
You know, he was without a club for a while, because when he said that he's going to start that contract for Juventus, he was thinking that every club in this whole world will come for him. But unfortunately for him, nobody came. The club that really came, I think the mother was his agent.
Yes, his mom said no.
Yes, his mom said no. But now he's going to play Marseille. Marseille is building. Do you think that him joining this Marseille team, plus Greenwood and the whole lot of players they are bought, that Marseille can actually do something this season?
It remains to be seen, but kudos to Marseille for the job they are building. I feel like Rabiot is going to be, if not the final set piece, maybe one of the key pieces of the side that they've been looking for in Marseille for a couple of years now. And I think they should be in the Champions League next season if they do not win the league.
For me, I would say they are fixing the puzzle, and the pieces are not yet complete. You just keep moving pieces until you find the perfect fit for each position. So I think Rabiot is one of those players that will bring experience and intelligence and perhaps leadership to that side, which I think for now they still lack a bit of leadership. So
okay, Ivan Perisic has moved to PSV. What do you make of that? He left Tottenham, I think, last season. And he got injured, then he came back, now he's going to PSG.
He won't go join in young time bestie, what's it called? Luke de Jong. So I think the 2 of them playing for PSV now will prove, and they have to submit. I think he wouldn't be registered in the Champions League list until January. So I think it's just going to improve the side of PSG and PSV and see if they could raise more young talents, because I saw them give young players the opportunity to make their debut on the Champions League night, and it wasn't good for them on that result against Juventus. But going forward, I think the experience of Perisic would have to tell on the young man growing.
John, let's talk about the man that was supposed to win the Ballon d'Or.
I was supposed to.
Anthony Martial. He has found a club. He's going to play his football in Greece. AEK Athens. He's moved there for free transfer. What do you make of that? At some point, when he moved to Manchester City, Manchester United, everybody, the clause was that he is going to win the Ballon d'Or one day. But I think apart from injuries and all that lack of form, he couldn't fulfill his potential. Now he's playing his trade in Greece.
Have you noticed that many players from the Man United setup moved to Greece in recent days? The Sotiris, the Pelistris, and now Martial. It's like 4 players. I can't mention the fourth person and yes, 5 players. I can't mention the last 2, but Sotiris, as in from youth setup till this, all of them just moved. They released last year and this year just moved to Greece.
Same for Serie A. It's been Serie A, Greece, or
you ask yourself, what's happening in these places? Why not stay in Europe top 5, find a club, fight for your place?
You know, it's not even about fighting for your place, because once you are sold or when you are shown the exit door, the main thing is who comes for you. And if you look at Euro's top 5 leagues, they are not going to be shopping for Manchester United because they want to bring the same result over here. Clearly they don't. So it's now, you know, and another thing with the Martial situation, I don't think Manchester United should have let him wind down his contract.
Nobody was actually
it's like,
that's the problem.
It's like this guy now, Man United fans, it's like Lindelof. When transfer window is open, you see him look like a camouflaged somebody hiding in the bush waiting to shoot his sniper, and no club is seeing him, because when you're camouflaged hiding somewhere, nobody's going to see you until after the transfer window comes is over. Then you see him proud in the media and all of that. It's the same thing that happened to Martial. So during the transfer market, he's always injured and all of that, so nobody wants to buy an injury player during the window.
The thing too.
Okay, finally, Roma sacked De Rossi.
Yeah,
it's painful because
after 4 games,
I sang him praises.
When you say after 4 games, man, it's cold. Let's not forget that he had.
After 4 games
this season.
After 4 games this season, but it's not these 4 games that he's been.
As an interim manager, last season he was good, but as a permanent manager now, 4 games, 3 draws. That's 4 games and just 3 points to show for it. I think they lacked patience, because if you are going to sack your manager after just 4 games, you should have at least let Mourinho finish the season. Then at the end of the season,
then you bring this man in.
Find enough time to get somebody in that will take them through preseason and all of that. But you looked at the result last season, you gave him a contract at the end of the season, and after just the transfer window and first 4 games of the season, you're letting him go to bring in somebody else that is relevantly unknown.
Yeah, Ivan Juric.
Yeah, but that's not the main thing. I took offense to that, because when you say after 4 games, it's as if this man just came in this summer and has 4 games and
he
is
just
out.
took a contract this summer.
He took a contract this summer, but the games he had as interim manager speak for him. His record in that period speak for him as well. And I feel that they took this decision. It was a rash decision. Look at the big paycheck they paid Mourinho to let him go, and the one they are going to pay him now, because they gave him a 3-year contract. And if you also add into the fact that the club have not had money for transfers and other things, and you are paying out this much to managers who you are begging to bring into the club, it doesn't speak well for the club.
Okay, let's see what Roma is going to do. They sacked De Rossi. They are going to be appointing a new coach today. Okay, thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for all the calls, all the contributions you've made. And on our YouTube, remember, we are live every day on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. So thank you for joining us today's show. I will see you tomorrow. Champions League is happening. Let's sit down and enjoy football today. I will see you tomorrow. My name is Godwin, and have a lovely day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show.
Alex Iwobi.